Hey guys, Hector here, and today I'm going to rank all seasons of SpongeBob so far. Well, not all season. I didn't watch every episode every season, so this is temporary. So this is what I think so far. Not This is not my final opinion of the seasons. But without further ado, let's get started. Also, I'm not including season 13 because it's the current season. If you want to know where it lands, SpongeBob's season 13 lands about in about just above season 8. Anyways, the worst season in my opinion of SpongeBob is season 6. Season 6 is one of the most hated seasons of the show along with season 7, and yeah, I agree that it's the worst season of the show. Although I do not think it's actually a bad season, because I don't think any season of SpongeBob is bad so far. I think season 6 has to be the weakest season of the series. It contains two of my least favorite episodes of the entire show, being the card and Cephalopod Lodge. Sure, I did like Suction Cup Symphony, and I do think Suction Cup Symphony is one of the best episodes of the entire show. But and I also think Sandcastles in the Sand is that as well, but there are many bad episodes of SpongeBob season 6, and it has one of my guilty pleasures, much like the previous season, being Choir Boys. The other two guilty pleasures in the series will be shown in the next season, the next season getting the spot, and the season before it, which is season 5. So the next season and the previous season both have guilty pleasures. Meaning I think Choir Boys is a bad episode, but but I still like it. The Splinter is the most infamous episode of this season. And do I think it's bad? Yes, I do. However, I do not think the Splinter is that bad. The Splinter is just gross, and the Splinter is just really disturbing, and Squidward and Patrick are jerks. The reason why I don't think it's that bad is because although Squidward and Patrick were jerks in that episode, Squidward gets comeuppance and Patrick is only there for a short time. Now let's get to the next season, and yep, it's season 7. You expected this season to be low, don't lie. Again, I have to say that no SpongeBob season is bad, so I don't think this one is bad either. Season 7 just didn't have any of my least favorite episodes of the entire series outside of Stuck in the Ringer and Yours, Mine, and Mine. I think Big Sister Sam is good. Pal for Gary is only a bit bad. Someone's in the Kitchen with Sandy is okay. And the guilty pleasure of this season is One Course Meal. Yes, I know it's the most hated episode of the entire series, but it's not that I do not hate this. I do not hate this episode. I do not hate One Course Meal. Although yes, I do think it's a bad episode, I still like it, just like Choir Boys. Season 7 just had only a few highs, and they were near being not one of the best of the series. Those being Enchanted Tiki Dreams and Perfect Chemistry, and the Bad Guy Club for Villains. Let's move on to SpongeBob Season 4. Yeah, Yeah, I don't really like SpongeBob season 4. Some of my least favorite episodes were some of my least favorite episodes consist of Bummer Vacation and Good Neighbors. Not the- and Shelf of Man is bad in my opinion, but I don't think it's that bad. I really found it boring. The only episode that I thought stood out in this season were Best Day Ever, Have You Seen the Snail, and Dunces and Dragons. Yeah. The most famous episode of this season by a hair is Krusty Towers. And I don't really like that episode that much. Krusty Towers isn't that good. Krusty Towers is kinda boring for me. Although I did like the ending crabs get where crabs gets comeuppance for torturing Squidward. Squidward did the same thing to Krabs and treated him like a slave when he became a customer. And yeah, that was a pretty that episode had a pretty lame plot. If I think about it. The reason why I hate Bummer Vacations because it was pretty boring and it was pretty mean spirited towards SpongeBob. Next, SpongeBob Season 5. Some of these episodes are my favorites in the series. Friend or Foe, Sing a Song of Patrick, and Crabzilla Mode. And SpongeBob vs. the Patty Gadget especially. SpongeBob vs. the Patty Gadget is my favorite episode in this season because although it's really short, 4 minutes, Patchy's narration was pretty good and I really like its use of rhymes. The most infamous episode of this season is To Love a Patty, and I don't think it's really it and I think it's a very bad episode, but this is the guilty pleasure of this season, meaning that I actually like this episode. However, I think this one is pretty much a mixed bag because it has some of my favorite episodes of the series and some of my least favorite episodes of the series. My least favorite episodes in this season were from the A3 trilogy, especially Rise and Shine. Waiting is boring and SpongeBob is a jerk, and Fungus Among Us has the Bikini Bottom Mines being jerks too. SpongeBob season 5 is a bit better than season 4, but it's still not that good. It's actually the first good season here though. And the last of the post-movie seasons, I have to put SpongeBob Season 8 at 5th worst. The reason why I think SpongeBob Season 8 gets this spot is because it didn't have I don't think it really had any bad episodes. Some of these episodes were actually some of my favorites of the series. Demolition Doofus, Chum Fricassee, Frozen Face Off, Hello Bikini Bottom, and It's a SpongeBob Christmas are some of my favorite episodes of the entire series. And the bad episodes weren't that bad. The worst episode this season, in my opinion, is Face Freeze, and even that is just moderately bad. Not really terrible. Pet Sir Pat wasn't that bad. Are You Happy Now was terrible, but actually, I just I don't hate this episode as much as I think it's terrible. So SpongeBob season 8 seems to be a really good season. SpongeBob season 9 is next. The reason why I'm putting SpongeBob season 9 in this spot is because because none of the episodes were really stood out to me, and Squid Baby really sucked. However, actually it had a standout episode, Plankton, but I actually really hate Squid Baby. I did like Little Yellow Book. I think SpongeBob You're Fired is meh. Just haven't watched much of the season, but I'm sure it's going to be much better than season 8, as it didn't have many bad episodes. The only bad episodes in this season so far that I have watched actually there's only one, Squid Baby. Although that was really terrible, I think it was the only bad episode this season. I may be running out of time, so I have to put the next season in this spot. Season 10. Season 10 is at number 6 because although it's a short season, I didn't find any of the episodes to be bad. And I really liked Mimic Madness. I really like Mimic Madness in this season. So, and Patrick's coupon was good with his visuals. Maybe I'm not really running out of time. That was a really short description for a really short season. Let's just move on to SpongeBob season 12. Getting the number 5 in this list, SpongeBob season 12 was a really good season. I didn't really dislike any episodes. Some of the episodes were really interesting to me. Like the last episode of this season, Dream Hoppers, was especially interesting. I didn't watch much of this season, but I think it's turning out to be pretty good. I didn't watch all of SpongeBob season 11, but when I get to, I think it's going to be better than season 1. SpongeBob season 11 has many creative ideas. From episodes like Bubble Town, Karen's Virus, and I think Doodle Dimension will be good. Many episodes this season had pretty interesting concepts, so I would really like to watch them. As for SpongeBob season 1, 2, and 3, I will review them next video, and we'll see which of them do I think is the best season of the entire show. Anyway, SpongeBob season 11 is turning out to be pretty good. I kinda like Squirrel Jelly, and I kinda like the string. So, who knows? I think this season might be really, really good. And probably better than season 1. I'm not sure if it's going to be as good as season 3 or better, or 2, but after I watch all of this season, I'll find out. See you guys next video.